Thrifting ain't easy, unless you're watching me. Welcome! You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. Please pardon any and all construction noise ongoing in the background. I can't control that. It's giving me a certain buzz that I don't like. However, as the holiday season rolls on, this week is all about finding ways to get buzz that hopefully you will like and appreciate and adopt moving forward. Because even without alcohol, if you're like me anyway, if you're of age and of spirit, so be it. But even without alcohol, you can find ways to get a buzz out of just about anything. Learning new skills in the kitchen, having a good laugh, taking in a live show, making healthier changes to your lifestyle, and, in a timely manner, holiday shopping. We'll explore all those ways to get buzzed this week. Firstly, adding a few new skills to our home cooking resume. And who better to teach us than America's Test Kitchen, and quite possibly one of their most jam-packed, well-rounded cookbooks yet, the New Essentials Cookbook, a modern guide to better cooking. This is well-rounded in the sense that it has really a half-and-half approach. Almost that. Almost half of the recipes in here are old-fashioned classics with a few new modern touches, and the other half, well, the other approximate half, are new recipes developed exclusively for this cookbook that test out a few new skills you want to learn, whether you're an expert or a novice. As far as the recipes themselves, man, I vibe on these type of cookbooks so hard you don't even know. All you need to do is look at the price tag, at least in secondhand purchases, to figure out how valuable they will be for you. For me, it's 25% off $9.99, with this being purchased from Red, White, and Blue Thrift Store in Patterson. But more importantly, you need to look deep inside to find out how serviceable they will be to you, which is what we're about to do right now. First, we take a walk through your kitchen as we examine 10 Habits of a Good Cook, your kitchen starter kit, tools of the trade, the easy and electronic upgrades, and the staple ingredients you will count on. All of these things essential to making all of your kitchen prowess delicious and as breezy as can be. These are the 10 habits of a good cook. I would say the most important ones to follow are: number 1, read the recipe carefully and follow the directions at least the first time. 3, start with good ingredients. 7, taste the dish before serving. And 10, enjoy yourself. Food should be fun. And not only are almost all these recipes fun to learn, but if you follow the directions, especially with an ATK recipe, no matter what the equipment you might have, they're guaranteed to work. That being said, they do provide a good kitchen starter kit. All the bare essentials you'll need to make these recipes work. From spatulas to spoons, from mixing bowls to saute pans, or skillets in this case. These are the tools of the trade. I would put them in the middle between essential and nice to have, making certain tasks easier. From a balloon whisk to a vegetable peeler. These are the easy and electronic upgrades. Once again, appliances that are nice to have and almost essential, right in the middle. I would say the most essential would be a food processor. Second most essential, a blender. And the staple ingredients you'll count on. These are pantry and fridge staples. Butter and bacon, especially bacon. Come on. Eggs, onions, potatoes, chilies, condiments, vinegar, broth, chicken and vegetable. Flour, baking powder, unless you're gluten-free, cocoa powder, and of course, salt and pepper. I won't go beyond that, but I will say that they also talk about the anatomy of your fridge, food safety, basic fruit and veggie prep, and the right cooking methods for open flame and dry heat. Once you got all that adopted, then we get on to the recipes. And we'll be highlighting one recipe per each chapter. This is chapter 1 of many. I'll go over the chapters in a moment after highlighting this first one. Hey, if you want to get buzzed right from jump, a good breakfast is a good way to do that. And so here we have fried eggs. As simple as can be. And paired with toast and bacon, maybe no other breakfast can come close on a weekday to getting the buzz you need to fuel and power up to the weekday. This will serve 2 and take you 15 minutes to do, with a couple of variations on a master recipe throughout several of these recipes here. One variation for this would be an egg in a hole. You know, for an added visual appeal for a weekend treat. Breakfast and brunch, salads and bowls, sides that go with any meal, soups and stews, weeknight dinners, Sunday suppers, and back pocket baking. 7 recipe chapters. Really, the simplest way to cook everything would be 8 in all. So we'll be highlighting one recipe per each chapter as per MO, so 7 to 8 recipes if you count the simplest way to cook everything as a principal recipe chapter. Which I do, so I guess we'll count it as 8. We already did fried eggs, so let's upgrade. And here's a delicious level up from fried eggs. Baked eggs Florentine in breakfast and brunch, serving 6 with a total time of 1 hour. 60 minutes to breakfast glory. Next, a quinoa taco salad. Yes, it's a quasi-vegetarian version, I would say. Replacing beef with quinoa for a heartier, more grainier, if that's even a word, taco salad. This will serve 4 and take you 1 hour and 10 minutes to do. I'd advise to look at these Think Like a Cook sidebars here, highlighted in blue. They outline certain techniques you want to follow for fruit and veggie prep, for sauteing, for baking, etc. Thinking like a cook, adopting some of their foolproof secrets to recipes that work. Speaking of which, no ATK cookbook is complete without their summation of the tasting and testing process right here. That's their insurance claim for you should anything go awry. Why this recipe works. Oh yeah, and some step-by-step photographic instructions that aren't numbered or labeled, but if you can follow them, more power to you. This is the olive oil potato gratin, which serves 6 to 8. It's a lighter version of potato gratin. If you want to watch your waistline around the holidays, I mean, we're at that time now. A little indulgence is okay. In fact, the holidays were made to indulge, but if it all goes wrong, an olive oil potato gratin should be a lifesaver. This serves 6 to 8 and will take you 2 hours to do. That's a side dish that goes with any meal, weekday or holiday. Here in the soups and stews section, we have best chicken stew. Beef stew is great, they say, and actually, before this, there is a recipe for classic beef stew, but I wanted to highlight chicken, in part because I really don't eat beef. But still, stews are primed for comfort food season, fall and winter. It makes no sense to omit this. This serves 6 to 8, and it'll take you 2.5 hours to do. This is skillet lasagna. As former bow tie guy-in-chief Christopher Kimball would say, it's no joke. He actually did say that on a season 6 episode of ATK. And test cook Julia Collin Davison used to laugh about this while she was developing the recipe, and now she made it every other week. Well, then she made it every other week. What about you? It's a one-pan meal, obviously, that'll serve 4 to 6 and take 60 minutes to do. So the average time you can watch Mike Wallace and Morley Safer and Andy Rooney and you know the rest walk their way through a who's who of luminaries in politics and sports and entertainment, etc. You can make this. But hey, don't just limit it to Sundays. Speaking of which, in the Sunday supper section, where you can really make use of the time where they're just grilling everybody they know in the news-making business, to make a bacon-wrapped pork loin with potatoes and peach sauce, which serves 8, and it will take you, okay, maybe 2.25 hours for the 60 minutes broadcast. 2 hours, 15 minutes, plus 1 to 24 hours for salting. that reminds me. I will need to go back and get that expanded all-time best Sunday suppers cookbook. I think I saw it at the Barnes & Noble book edits in Paramus. Those are the used book sets that they have for low prices. I use that. I like it. We should go back and I should show you how they work. Anyway, this is definitely a Sunday supper fit for company, and the fact that it's wrapped in bacon. I could have highlighted turkey meatloaf, but we're probably tired about turkey right now. So, this definitely was the next best thing, if not the best thing, in Sunday suppers. Lastly, in back pocket baking, we have a front-of-the-class, flourless chocolate cake, which will serve a dozen and take you 90 minutes, start to finish, plus cooling and chilling. The fact that it's flourless gives it a more intense chocolate flavor. And who among us doesn't like chocolate to be more intense? I like milk chocolate, but this recipe calls for a bittersweet chocolate. Hey, if it calls for that, follow the rules. It is America's test kitchen after all, but you can be open to adaptation, just like they are. All things considered, why this recipe works, the photographs, and the recipes themselves, again, a good balance between old school classics and newfangled modern creations, all approachable and doable. I mean, we're all taught at birth to follow the bare necessities. Well, how about the base essentials? Yes, they're one and the same, but they all come back to the most basic conclusion. No worries, no strife. Just good food and a good life. The food you want, the skills you need. Grow your kitchen abilities while developing a knockout repertoire of essential dishes for every occasion. From simple meals to dinner party centerpieces. As you progress through this book, you will not only learn how to make great tasty food, but actually learn how to think like a cook, gaining a deeper understanding of ingredients, better techniques, and learning the secrets we use in the test kitchen to take every dish to the next level. This retails in the States for $40, and in Canada, $50. It's another knockout. How can I not give it all 5 claps? Therefore, be it resolved way before the new year arrives to discover and utilize the secrets of America's foremost food testers and tasters, however we can. That's America's Test Kitchen's new Essentials Cookbook. Tomorrow, we're taking a field trip. To where? Have a look. And I'll see you then. Excuse me, but I'm gonna need to monopolize a good chunk of the floor here on the aisle. Only for a second. I know. Easy pun, easy money. Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.